things are looking a little bit different these days.
Everyone, meet baby Juniper. Say hi, sweet June.
We wanted to give a little bit of an update about what is going on in our lives these days. We kind of went MIA once we announced that we were having a baby, and we never really announced anything about having the baby in the end, so we wanted to just sort of let everyone know we're doing great, but we want to just kind of update about what our lives look like and what our channel is going to look like moving forward.
So we're going to take you along this weekend and just kind of show you what our lives are looking like. It's a lot of this, though.
Just a little snuggle baby.
There you go.
So what have we been up to these last 3 months, Sarah?
Quite a few things. 3 main ones. We had a baby, we're running a business, and we almost bought a house.
That's right. It's been a pretty crazy 3 months for us. A big part of why we haven't come onto YouTube is because we have been so busy, and we also just wanted to take quite a bit of time to just enjoy becoming new parents. I mean, that alone, I think for most people would be enough to take 3 months off.
Yeah.
It's been a life-changing process, obviously.
It's been so awesome.
It's amazing. I think becoming parents has been something we've wanted for a really long time, and it has not disappointed.
No, it's been even more fun and special than we expected.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've been doing really good. That's kind of why we've just been taking all this time to just hang out with the three of us, take lots of time to snuggle with June, and just spend time together. It's been really, really beautiful. Yeah,
I feel like we almost need to apologize to people, because there've actually been a few people who've reached out to us, just saying, hey, I hope things are going really well. I want to not be thinking of the worst, but I haven't seen you guys in so long. Oops. We are doing so good.
Yeah.
So I think that's just number one. And
no need to worry.
No need to worry. And the second part of this is business. We actually started a business over the last year in marketing and social media management, and that was both of us doing that. And basically since we've had a baby, I've been doing all of it, which has been fantastic. I'm getting to learn all the things that Sarah was doing and how much work she was putting into that. And so it's just been extra work for me while Sarah is essentially taking care of Juniper.
And something for me to learn too, I'm definitely a very productive person. I like to get things done. So it's been a very different change of pace, and reminding myself that, keeping a human alive, making a human from scratch essentially, is a big accomplishment in the day. And I honestly love it. I love the just cozy days at home, but there are some days where I'm like, oh, I feel the need to do something. And so both of us are just working on rewiring a few of those things and figuring out a work-life balance that works now that we have a baby. Man, it feels so good to have some nice warm weather. We've gotten pretty lucky with a pretty sunny winter, I think. And honestly, the newborn stage was really nice to have a lot of rain, because we just had an excuse to just snuggle on the couch. But this warm weather is bringing me to life, and I'm so excited for summer now. I'm a whole new energy unlocked. Hey, Eric? Wouldn't you say?
I feel like your energy is generally pretty good.
That's true. But even more energy than before. Maximum energy!
Maximum power!
This is why we came home for a year, to have a baby. It's just no better place to be in at some times in your life. As much as we love traveling.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Oh, such a little sweetie. You and the baby.
Thank you. Well, enough about us. I know everyone's going to be asking about Juniper. So we should cover some questions that we know are going to be asked. First off, where did the name Juniper come from?
Yeah, we've always wanted a naturey name, and I think Juniper kind of fits that pretty well, and also a name that was somewhat easy to spell. I don't know if I really wanted a name that was going to be like every time someone's like, how do you spell that? I feel like Juniper, there's really only one way to spell it. Plus, I really like the nickname Junie.
Yeah,
that's really sweet.
And we wanted a less common name, but not one that's too weird. You know?
Yeah.
So Fitzbill has great nicknames, and yeah, it just kind of kept popping up on lists. Our friends Chad and Claire had sent it to us on a big list. Yeah. And the more it kind of came up, we just fell in love with it. Yeah.
And now that's just her name. And then, I feel like it's
so weird.
It's so hard to pick a name, but then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, no, that's Juniper, that's Junie, you know?
It's little June. Sweet June.
Sweet June.
What else are we going to be asked? Oh, we're going to be asked how the birth went. It honestly went really well. I mean, I was in active labor for, I think 16 hours it was in the end. So it's definitely the hardest, most painful thing I've ever done. But our nurse and midwife both called it very uneventful. And yeah, our nurse and midwife were amazing. Eric was incredible, so helpful. I managed to do it without an epidural, which was a desire of mine. And her heart rate never dropped, and she was doing great the whole time. And yeah, so in the end, looking back, it was a really beautiful experience. Eric got a catcher.
Yeah, that was wild. I think that was probably the single proudest thing I've done. Like I'm like most proud of like that.
It was very cool. And yeah, I mean, just being handed your baby is just the most insane thing in the world. You're just like, whose baby is this, and where did it come from? And I still could cry just thinking about it. It was just such a beautiful experience.
Still sometimes feels like when is someone going to come pick up their baby? You know?
You feel like we're babysitting a little bit.
Why is there this baby here? And someone is going to come get it at some point?
It's like, it's still here? Whose baby is this?
Yeah.
But she's ours forever and ever.
She is very much ours.
And we know people are going to wonder how she's doing. And she honestly is the sweetest little baby. She has such a great temperament. She's really content most of the time. She had a few weeks where she was really gassy just as she was figuring out her stomach things. But now she pretty much just cries when she's hungry, sometimes if she's tired, and she's just mostly pretty chill. Just comes around with us. She's 12 weeks now, and
sleeping a little bit longer sometimes. 3 to 4 hours. Sometimes we had a 7 hour.
We had an 8 hour once. I don't know what happened that day. We've tried to replicate it. It hasn't happened, but yeah, and she breastfeeds super well, which is amazing. And yeah, we just feel really grateful. Absolutely. And I feel really grateful that we both work from home. I feel like that's something we've been working towards for the last number of years. And it has really paid off now that we can both work from home because we can both be around. Yeah. Or if we have a bad night, Eric takes her in the morning and I get a few extra hours of sleep. So honestly, I feel like the postpartum experience for me has been really great, actually. I feel like postpartum has gone really surprisingly well. Yeah. Because we can kind of tag team and I can get some rest and just because she's so sweet. Yeah,
I'm really glad we could be home for this. Mm-hmm. Like I think having our families and friends nearby, we had a meal train that was like...
I don't think we made food for a month.
Yeah, it was honestly so amazing. We have so many amazing people in our lives and definitely don't take that for granted.
It's been a really special time to be home, but we are getting very excited to travel. But more on that later.
Yes. Is there like a little mouse over there? You hear a little squeak?
A little critter? I know.
Some sort of critter.
Hopefully not the mama bear and cub that we've heard is up here.
Yeah, should be fine.
I just won't put Junie down.
Should be just fine. One thing that's been MIA on our channel for the last couple of years has been our van, or the Ford. He's basically just been sitting here for the last like 2 years. We tried to take him out last fall and he developed a bit of a fuel issue. So we've been trying to work it out since then. I have my buddy Tony coming here and we're gonna work on the van and kind of see if we can get it going because we'd really like to sell it at some point.
That's a good sign.
Want some candy?
You gotta take the tarp off that thing.
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. He's running.
Woohoo!
That feels good.
Feels great. I'm supposed to be helping, but I got a little nap trapped. Not complaining about it. I think I got the better end of the deal for sure. Did we celebrate a little too soon?
Definitely.
Uh-oh.
Well, the fuel pump was definitely part of the issue, but I don't think it's the whole issue, unfortunately.
Shoot.
Thankful for friends like Tony.
Definitely. Well, unfortunately, getting the van running was a no-go. They managed to get it back in its trusty little parking spot, but we were really hoping that it was going to be up and running so we could potentially sell it, because unfortunately, Junie doesn't fit in there. We've tried a lot of options to try to get a car seat in there, but it's just not going to work. So we really want to sell it so that someone else can enjoy Gord the Ford. But it's going to have to be a project for another day. Hi, Bugs. So we're obviously at a bit of a crossroads with our channel. Hi, honey. Noisy little girl. We obviously have always traveled with just the two of us. We've been kind of mid-budget travel. We've done a lot of adventures, but now we have a baby. So a lot of those things will have to change, and we're going to be traveling very soon here, but it's going to look very different. And we've taken the last few months to kind of really talk about what we want our channel to look like and what we want Juniper's role to be in it, because yeah, it's very important to us that she never feels like a character in our lives or in our videos, that we are trying to get her to perform for a certain way, or that she needs to, you know, feel like she needs to act a certain way to be, I don't know, what am I trying to say, value to us, you know, like that's not, she's the most important thing in our lives, and it doesn't matter if she's in our videos or not, but we also do really hold tight to these videos as memories for ourselves, and we look back fondly on a lot of our own travels, and we will watch some of our old videos, and they're just such wonderful memories. So we do want her to be part of this, because we want her to be able to look back on these wonderful memories we've had as a family. So it's just kind of something we've been talking about the last few months, and setting some like clear guidelines and rules for ourselves about just boundaries we're not willing to cross with her on our channel, how we're willing to have her in the videos. And yeah, at this point, what it's looking like is we will have her in the videos. This could change at any point too, if we suddenly decide differently. That's up to us.
Yeah.
But at this point, she's going to be in our videos, but we still want it to be primarily focused on ourselves. It's going to be about us traveling, obviously as a family, but also just us mostly as parents, just navigating new places. We're still going to try to make some sort of guide videos, you know, going to some of the highlight places, but realistically with the baby, as we're already learning, we can't do near as much as we set out to do in a day. So that could look quite different, but we hope it's still somewhat relatable.
Yeah, I mean, our channel is called Eric and Sarah, so it's going to be about us, and Juniper is a massive part of our life now. And I think we've set up our channel well to be able to integrate her naturally without it being like her being the focus, you know? I think a lot of these channels, I feel like with like family vloggers and things, I think it's like it's in the name. It's like they're family vloggers, and that's not really what we're aiming to be. We're aiming to be travel vloggers with a family, and that's just it's going to play a big part. It's going to be part of our information that we give as part of a guide to a place, but it's never going to be like the Juniper show, you know? It's like, that's not what we want. And I don't think that's fair for her. I think until she is of a certain age, she's not going to really be able to make that decision for herself. So we have to make that decision for her. And yeah, it's just important for us to protect her in that way. So, but we're so excited to be traveling with her. Like it's, you know, like,
well, and it's so hard because it's like she is the cutest and sweetest baby you will ever see, and I want, like, part of me is like, I want everyone to see, you know, she laughs or she doesn't laugh, she smiles all the time, she coos and talks to us, She is just so fun to be around already. And so part of me is like, I want everyone to see that because she's such a joy in our lives that I'm like, oh, I want everyone to see that. But then I also just am super conscious and like protective of not making her ever feel like she's on display for everyone, you know, and I would never want her to feel like that. So truthfully, you guys might never get to experience how fully amazing she is because we might not film some of those moments because that's just for us too. So just a new thing we're navigating. And like I said, it could change. She's young. There could be a day where we don't feel comfortable having her on camera, and then is what it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're parents first at this point.
Yeah. We're just figuring it out.
Yeah.
I think that's just the gist of it. And I think we've explained ourselves pretty well on that. We are traveling again.
Yeah.
We just hinted at that. We've talked about it throughout this video. We have a trip planned as of the time of filming this video. We're leaving in like 2 weeks. Do you want to tell them where we're going?
We're going to, drum roll please,
Where everybody else is going.
Japan! I know.
We're going to Japan.
I feel like everyone we know in both the YouTube and personal life are going to Japan this year, but that's okay. We're going too. We've heard it is amazing, baby-friendly country. Yeah. We're excited to be able to navigate it with her when she's still just able to be in the carrier.
Yeah.
And she doesn't need a lot of excess things.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be there for a month. Are we going to share what we're doing? Or are we leaving that as a surprise?
Oh, we might as well share what we're doing.
Okay.
I'm excited about it. I feel like we can get other people excited about it.
I don't know.
I think it's good. I feel like there's a time to surprise and there's a time not. We are going to be renting a camper van for 2 weeks. We're starting in Tokyo, renting a camper van, going around for 2 weeks, and then we go to Kyoto, and then probably for a week, but we'll probably check out like Osaka and Nara. And so there's a lot of stuff coming. Like I'm super excited to be filming again. It's going to be 11 months since we've traveled,
which feels insane.
For us, that's a lot.
Yeah, you guys probably don't realize that because we delayed a lot of our Vietnam and Spain series, but it has been 11 months, which is crazy. Yeah,
I have the itch. I am so ready to be traveling again.
Yeah, I'm so excited to navigate it with the baby. I feel like she's going to do awesome. Yeah. The long haul flight's going to be really interesting, but I think it's just going to be so fun. And I'm excited for it just to be the three of us just bumming around. We're renting this, little Japanese RV. It's going to be
sweet.
Fun.
I'm so excited for it.
So if you have any recommendations for Tokyo, Kyoto, or that kind of region between them where we'll be traveling, please let us know.
Yeah. I think that pretty much concludes what we were talking about today. Thanks so much for watching. We appreciate each and every one of you. I think we've already said that. The amount of messages and just outreach that we've gotten from you guys has been amazing. And just even the comments being like, where are you guys? I'm sorry, but we just needed the time to ourselves. And who knows, maybe we'll have more times like that. But I also am so excited to be sharing the next set of travels that we're going to be doing.
So I guess we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.